There we go. We've just received a load. So if we refresh our screen here, we can see that this one says Sunday load. So that's our subject line. So I want to go through these individual sections line by line. So SUV is sub, Sunday load. Load notes, 1701.92 from Maple Leaf. So if we scroll down a little bit further, we're going to see that 1701.92 is our trailer number that we're going to use. Order number is our order number that we use for internal tracking. Now, I need to make note here of the order status. This is where you're going to have to do some work on your own. So if we hit edit down here in the bottom right-hand corner, we'll see that there's a green box around dispatched. So there's 5 things that we can do in this section. We can arrive to the shipper, we can pick up, we can arrive to the consignee, and we can deliver. So after each event, that being, if you arrive to the shipper, you hit arrived shipper and OK. So it updates that, hit edit, and that's the same as sending the information in by email. Likewise, when we're picked up, we're going to hit edit. We're going to hit picked up, hit OK, edit, and that will let the office know that you are now picked up. It also timestamps when these events happened. So the next section is the bill to information section. So this is who we're billing and their billing information. The next one is the shipment information. So that tells us about what we're hauling. So we are hauling mixed produce. If there was delivery numbers or pickup numbers, they would be here in this section. Now the next section is driver input required. So this is what we need for information back from you as a driver. So again, if we hit the edit section, we can edit these 5 areas. The trailer number, and if you remember, we were told to pick up trailer number 170192 from Maple Leaf for this load. From our bill of lading, we're going to determine how many pallets we're going to load, what our reefer temperature is, and the quantity amount or the weight of the load, and quantity unit of measure. So that's whether it's pounds or kilograms. We can modify any one of these sections based on the information that we have from our bill of lading. Again, once we've completed that information, it's just as easy to do this when you're picking the load up. Then it's done. You hit edit again, and that will send the information to the office. So the next section that we're going to see here is called P&D information, or pick and drop information. So this is going to give us information about, number 1, the shipper. So the required date is a date that we need you to be there to pick your load up. If you'll note, the time here says 0000. This is a default time. And if there was an appointment required, that little box there would have a check mark in it right here. Pick drop name, that's where we're loading. The phone number, the address, the city. Now, something neat is if we pick here show on map, it's going to open up our Google Maps. It's going to show us where that is, and we can get directions into that location from wherever we are. Who we're contacting. Now, this is something very important to watch, is the pick and drop confirmation notes. So what we're requiring is that you need to call by 9 a.m. on the day of loading to confirm the loading time, and then we make the appointments for deliveries to this customer for you. So, April 3rd at 9 a.m., we need you to call that number and talk to the shipper and ask them what time your load is going to be ready. So the following information below the shipper are your drops or your consignee. So this first one is a drop on April 4th at 4 a.m. There is an appointment. It's going to Fluey Trading, and there's their information there. If there is something to note here is the amount. So that's the amount that we are billing for that drop. If you're an owner-operator, you get 100% of that amount. If you're a company driver, that is determined between you and your employer. So the notes here, if you do not arrive in time for this delivery, the employee cars will block your access to the unload dock, and it may be difficult to drop or unload. The next drop is April 4th at 5 a.m. No appointment required, but there's again the name of the store that you're going to, the address, and there are no notes. Again, the $75 amount that the owner-operator will get paid. Next drop is April 4th at 6 a.m. at Mondo Foods. Same thing. There's the address showing the map, the amount. The next drop is April 4th at 7 a.m. Southern Produce, Winnipeg, same thing. And lastly, this is where your load is going to, your final drop or the consignee is April 4th at 9 a.m. and it's going to the grocery people. So something to keep in mind is even though there are times on those drops, it is important or noteworthy that you do not have to adhere to those times. It's okay to be early for any and all drops. And it's just, it's a good habit to get into is if you're done at drop 1 by 4 a.m. and you're going to be at drop 2 by 4:30, chances are they will unload you, or you may be able to get yourself ahead. Now, something to note in the application is the customs information section. So I will put in here as a dispatcher or planner the name of the customs broker, their phone numbers, the PAPS of the PARS number that I'm going to assign to that load, and the border crossing. So that's how you figure out your rating. The next amount here is going to be your currency and what you're going to get paid for the load. So this load pays $800, plus, remember up in the other sections, there was $75 per drop, plus a fuel surcharge percentage of 49.73. So that fuel surcharge amount is $397.84. Now, if you want to pay close attention to this next section, it's the attachment section. This is where I've attached, for your information and for our transparency, a copy of the load confirmation from our customers. So we click on that, it opens up a PDF, and it shows you all of the information that may be relevant to your load. So again, it's going to confirm the Martin's order number or their bill to information. It's going to confirm the rate. It's going to explain to you what the rate is. It's going to give you the pallet count, that they think they're going to book, and it's going to reconfirm all of the information that you may need to know, between what is in Axon and what the customer is actually expecting. Do not be surprised if we have made a mistake. It happens, and that's why we supply these documents to you, just to reconfirm what information we're giving you to help you do your job the best. Again, if we do a quick scroll through here, the information that we're looking for that's very important is the status information here. Again, edit. I'm going to put this back in a dispatch status because I haven't picked it up yet. If you remember off the other section, they had suggested 24 pallets, so maybe that driver will load 24 pallets. They want the reefer to run at 45 degrees. And let's say the weight isn't 44.19. Let's say it's 42.150. So we've updated all that, and it's in pounds. We hit edit again, and that sends that information to the office. So this will be your go-to for dispatch. All information flows to and from here to help you do your job in a most efficient way. Thank you.